Okay, folks, it is December 20th. We are looking at 385 North Market. We are now completed. So I'll give you a tour of the inside. And we'll just go up the stairs here. The deck, if you remember, the entrance was at the side. We have now placed it at the front, back where it used to be because there was concrete at the front. So we're back here. Our neighbor's beagle is making a little bit known that it's around. Here's the front door. We're entering into the front entrance here. Okay. Okay, so nothing too fancy in here. Kept that original beadboard, which I am absolutely pumped about. Couldn't have done better for a ceiling, as far as I'm concerned. It's a total nod to how old the old girl Lillian is now. Brought furniture from home and put it in the house. Okay, so there's just line of floor. And we've got some hooks here. A little bench for taking on and off shoes. Now let's take off my slippers here. Now we're turning towards the front door. I'm going to turn it sideways for a sec. That way you can see the full effect of it. A beautiful dental molding in place here. I hope the color is brighter than what it's showing here, but it's like an avocado green. It's quite lovely. Step through into the entrance hall. All the beautiful floors. We put the beadboard up. Made a finial up here of black and gold. Painted this handrail here black, and the newel posts are black and gold as well. The original runner, yay, we were able to keep it. I just scrubbed it down, kept the marmoleum. I'm really pleased about that. Little jar I picked up at the Salvation Army before we even started, because I've remembered the runner's color and I just went, gee, I like that jar, that would be perfect in the corner. And then we did the house after that and picked the rest of the coloring for it. So that was a happy moment. We got two black cupboards here that were going to be made into a kitchen island, but that didn't come to be, so because we would have to have had it where we cut the cupboard's legs off to make them at a lower height, and I just could not do that to some furniture. So there they are, and this is Billy. Billy's been with me since 1990, I guess it is. Bought him in Powell River in a sweet little shop that was under a dentist's office where I eventually ended up working for a while. So it's kind of nice to see the history. This is Dale and Carolyn's chair, Ron's brother and sister-in-law, and they had it at the end of the driveway where they were throwing it out because they sold their house. So Ronnie went and grabbed it, and works out just great. It's handy for sure. There's a sneak through to the kitchen. Now we're turning to the living room here. Living room, it's just all stuff from home again that we've brought in, except for the couch and the fireplace. We had to buy a smaller couch. It's a normal size couch, but it's just we've got a sectional and hide-a-bed, and so I didn't really want to haul either one of those in. So everything else is from home. And bring that in. My grandfather's copper table. There, right beside a $7 IKEA table. And This is compliments of Mike and Twyla. The tree there. Something my grandpa sketched in charcoal. Such a talented person. I love this picture. And back over to this side, we installed a heat pump. There's the ceiling. I'll back up here so you can see a bit better. The ceiling that we did worked out perfectly. The pattern is just exactly what a craftsman style house would have had. A little table here. This lamp with the moose is also from Powell River, except that was probably the early 2000s I had. And this table here, Ronnie picked up at a garage sale in Comox, BC for $10. I was too terrified to purchase it because I'd never been to a garage sale before, but Ronnie went up and asked for it, and I sold it to him for $10. The picture here is of my kids way back when at Kai Bay. That's Iris in the foreground. Can't really see. I'm going to put it down and see if I can focus it here. That's a bit better. Iris in the foreground and Jeffrey as a baby. And I've always loved this picture. It always looked tropical to me, so I thought it was kind of cool. One of our end tables beside our bed at home is in here. So there's the front entrance, going around to the entrance hallway, and then we turn it again and we're at the dining room. The dining room was my mom and dad's set that they purchased in 1970 for their 25th anniversary. Here's a built-in that we didn't even know existed. Put a little bit of greens in the odd bowl here just so it looks a little more lively. There we go. That turned out great. Just the detail in this house is amazing. All the woodwork throughout. Astounding. I just love it. I love this house. I really do. Another rug from home. Plant from home. I think that's a salad bowl where you're supposed to be able to stand and mix your salad, but it's great for holding my plant there. The fig tree. The stenciling I did before, where there used to be the glass windows into the back porch that was enclosed, so we didn't want those windows anymore, so Ronnie just put some plywood in and I stenciled over. It turned out well. I kind of wish I went with a slightly darker background for it, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to go back through the living room here. There we go. It's a little bit of mixture. I've got farmhouse craftsman going on here, sort of Asian a little bit, but not too much of anything. So it's a nod. It's a nod. Let's put it that way. This is, I forgot to say, this is where the French doors used to be initially. But I'm glad we took them off because it does make the living room feel more spacious for sure. Doorway here into the kitchen. We had taken off the dartboard door. And those floors, my God, 101 years old. And you'd swear they were just laid. They're in beautiful shape now after a little bit of sanding and work for sure. But I'm very proud of how they turned out. Okay, we were not able to use the kitchen flooring. It's beautiful wood underneath, except for one zone where there was, Ronnie calls it a Keymax stove. against this wall underneath there. And it had obviously leaked oil or burnt or something. It was all black there, and we just went, you know what, we just got to do a regular floor. So it's a nice weight of lino on here that we used. The 7-foot kitchen island, like we said. And we've got the breakfast bar here, which is nice, but we put the film on the windows so that we're not having it where people can see right into their neighbor's yard. Cabinet that's turned out to be a super breakfast station under the dishes rack up here. This is really a handy idea, folks. If you don't want to spend money on a box cabinet, pick up one of these. They really do the job fantastic. This was like $10 or $15, I can't remember which. And it's wonderful. It's so handy. Like, you got a plate, you got your toaster, you got your coffee maker. It's all there. Everything's there. Okay, so now we've got the kitchen all finished here as well. And just standard Home Depot cupboards that we used. And then Ronnie filled the gap of the leftover cabinets here. And we had leveled up this floor because it was a step down into the back porch that was unheated and had the glass, it had the blanket here. Oh, yeah, this wall was this was a wall here. Move the door over slightly to make better flow. I showed this earlier with the easel that we converted into just board here. It's been super handy for writing notes and lists of things we have to do. Put on 4 of the hooks that were randomly around the house after I'd spray painted them. It's been the handiest thing to have. Just, this is our entrance that we usually come through. Take off our shoes and boots and that. Here's the laundry / powder room. So this washer and dryer was in the kitchen. And so we needed an extra little powder room here because there was only 1 bathroom. So we've got a little 2-piecer here. Put some shelves up above so that way we can put our laundry soap and dryer balls and toilet paper there. Just a little decoration. I made that clothespin wreath 2 years ago, I guess it was. It's perfect for a laundry room, I think. And then I'm going to come over here. We've got the old medicine cabinet from upstairs that I just painted in distress, put on the original hinges. We ended up keeping the same the same handle on the sink there. But this room has the new molding on the baseboards. So it's a 2-piece system. It was a 1x5 and then decorative molding on top. Same with this zone here. Got the barn door happening. I'll back up so you can see it a little bit better. And all of the kitchen here has the 2-piece molding going on it also. And it flows right into the original molding that is here in the dining room. And then we put decorative molding at the bottom instead of having that quarter round after we finished the sanding and staining and verithaning. So baseboards throughout, heat pump, in-wall heating also. The place is toasty warm. We also put extra insulation in the attic, so there's no fear about this place being cold, that's for sure. So anyway, there's the barn door into the laundry / powder room. Turn you back over, glimpse into the dining area. There's the kitchen again with the cabinet. Dishwasher. Door down to the basement. there's the cabinet that I didn't know what we were going to do. So it's a liquor cabinet, it's a spice cabinet, it's whatever you want it to be cabinet. But it's handy little space that we got for free with the house. And then we've got the original broom closet. I just couldn't paint it. I just couldn't paint it. We've got our sweet little drawing that some child did here. So there's no way that was going to get painted. And it's a cool teal color with the yellow up above. Okay, back to the entranceway here. Okay, so living room. Dining room. Kitchen. All completed. Okay, so I'll sign off on this one. This is part 1 of the final product at 385 North Market.